model year marks Camry's 30th anniversary, best-selling car in America 12 straight years. And Robert Griffin III, Redskins quarterback, buddy of Dale Jr., wheels it onto pit road, and we're ready to go.
Got the rookie and he cracked the old bench, and let's see what happens here. Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys!
Oh, Boyer!
No!
Gets into Larson, and around goes the rookie. Oh, goodness.
Oh, my gosh.
Actually, goodness had nothing to do with it.
Well, you know, you can look at it any way you want to, but it's the start of the race. You know, you give a little, you take a little, but you mainly give a lot on the start.
You can see that starting to happen well up on the straightaway.
Let's have a look from the helicopter in our aerial view.
You see, Larson got a great jump. Got a good jump on the two-car. He's in the middle, and Clint is right underneath him, right there. You know, you could say that the 42 cut down in front of the 15. That's easy enough to call, but by the same token, you're trying to make a first lap. You're trying the first turn.
Let's ride with Kevin Harvick. There's no getting around it. That was ugly.
Yeah, it was. And here's what happened. I think Kyle Larson knew that Brett Keselowski was to his outside. He wanted to keep him out there. He left the bottom open just a little bit, and Boyer said, hey, that's an opportunity. And he went for it, and unfortunately didn't make it.
And things just got worse for Larson. He caught the tail end of the field, trying to get onto pit road. Landon Castle slowed in front of him. He banged into the back of Castle in front of him, and now he finally gets to pit road. Jeff Hammond.
Mike, we always hear about the start-finish line, how important it is, but tonight, believe it or not, the most important line could be these two red marks on the back of this wall behind me. That's the restart zone. We've seen that come into play here at Richmond. There's another line at the end of this pit road that's very important. That's pit road out that you got to worry about, as well as these timing lines. If you get too fast going out on pit road exit, these timing lines can get you in a lot of trouble. Run through these areas just like we saw the 42 a minute ago. You go too fast, again, this can cost you an opportunity to win this race. You don't believe me? Ask Carl Edwards, ask Jeff Gordon, as well as Kyle Busch. They've all run into one of these lines at one time or another.
Thanks, Jeff. We're under caution for a collision on turn 1 of lap 1. Kyle Larson took off from the start. Brad Keselowski on his outside. Clint Boyer made a dive bomb move to the bottom going into turn 1 on the first lap. Turned Larson around.
Yeah, I mean, quite honestly, you expect a little courtesy on the start of the race. You know, everybody's bunched up. We know they're tight. I just believe I would have been a little bit more patient with the start of this race. You can see Larson is up the track, but again, I think he was probably eyeballing the two-car to his right and just didn't realize that Clint was getting underneath of him quite that fast.
The last time we raced here, Clint Boyer left the track embroiled in controversy. His car spun, bringing out a late race caution that changed the shape of everything, including the chase. NASCAR had to take corrective and punitive action on the Michael Waltrip team following that race. Any chance that any of that might have been weighing on this man's shoulders as he started this race?
Oh, no. I tell you, for him, that was last year, and he has been trying desperately to put that behind him. And the last thing he needed was for something like what just happened to happen. Whether it was his fault, Kyle Larson's fault, whose fault it was, he was involved.
All right, we have audio from Clint Boyer and his team.
He come down like I wasn't even there. Why did he swerve right anyway? Didn't even open the door. I didn't mean to do that. I don't know. I got under him and he turned back down.
Well, there's no question he didn't mean to do it, and I'm thinking that, you know, again, it's just one of those things that on the start of the race going into the first turn, you know, it might give a little.
Under caution for a turn 1, lap 1 crash involving Kyle Larson, who was back on track at the tail end. Tonight's Toyota Camry hybrid pace car outfitted with Goodyear Fuel Max tires. From now until May 16th, you can enter for a chance to win a Toyota Camry Hybrid LE with Goodyear Assurance, Fuel Max tires, and other great prizes. For complete details and rules, go to Goodyear.com/fuel strategy.
You know, Mike and Daryl, I go back to that piece you did in the pre-race and a lot of the sound bites that we had from drivers. All of these drivers know you have to get all you can at the start of the race in every single restart, and I think that weighs on these drivers' minds when they see that green flag wave.
Oh, I totally agree. Yeah, there's no question about that. The good news for Kyle Larson is he has no damage on his car. Even after running in the back of the 40 car, he doesn't have any damage. He didn't hit the wall, so that's good news for him.
All right, we're on 1 to go, and here marks the restart zone. Those lines on the outside wall are a signal to the drivers that that is the restart box. The race leader, which is now Brad Keselowski on the inside of the front row, can choose to start anywhere in that box, and then whoever gets to the line first, it's game on. Now, if the leader does not go by that second line, the single line, then the flagman starts the race.
And a key, that's the restart box. It really doesn't, it's not really a player at the start of the race. It's only a player starting right now with this first restart.
Pace car to pit road, Brad Keselowski, Clint Boyer. As we try it again to get this under green with Harvick in third, Casey Kane fourth, Brian Vickers in fifth. Jamie McMurray then on the outside. Keselowski trying to carve his way out with 2 lanes at once here, and he's done a pretty good job of it, but as they get to turn 3, Boyer's looking for the outside.
I tell you, Boyer's in a hurry, guys. He wants to get to the front. He knows he's got a pretty good car. He ain't messing around.
And Daryl, I have to say, as I walked through the garage area this morning, definitely a lot of teams were pointing at Kevin Harvick in that pool, but they were certainly pointing at Clint Boyer at 15.
We're in a green flag racing with Keselowski's Ford, Boyer's Toyota, and Harvick Chevrolet. 1, 2, 3. There is a log jam back in about 8th place. Jimmy Johnson busts through. Now the 9 of Ambrose. That's Ryan Truex, the 83 up on the outside, who qualified in the top 10. Rather, his practice speed gave him a top 10 start, but now he's dropping back.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, he had a great lap in practice. That got him where he is, but obviously he's unable to stay there. But remember, we're racing to lap 40. We're going to have a competition yellow at lap 40, so, you know, just kind of settle down a little bit here.
Single file at the front. Keselowski, Boyer, Harvick, then a gap back to Vickers, Kane, McMurray, Menard, and Johnson.
But that's the aggression you were talking about, Mike. It's short track racing. And you gotta be pretty aggressive on these short tracks if you want to win.
Here comes Kyle Busch. Getting underneath Ryan Truex. Whoa, squeeze play with Jeff Gordon there. He got pretty close right there.
Yeah, that was another close incident. Like I said, those guys just got to get through this track as fast as they can while they got good tires.
And that's for 19th place.
Yeah, no kidding.
But I think that 24 car, Jeff Gordon, he will be a player before this night's out. I know they started deep in the field, as we talked about at the top of the show back in 25th. I know they've been kind of struggling, like Steve Burns reported, with this tire combination. But I think he's pretty good right now.
Well, one thing I watched about the 24 car, when we were talking about where he qualified, I mean, where he practiced, his lap times were very consistent. They may not have been the fastest, but it had a race setup look to it. And there are some concerns about the tires tonight too. There were some issues last night with a couple of cars that had tire problems last night. Some of these guys are a little concerned about what this tires going to do on these cars tonight.
I spoke to Goodyear earlier, Daryl. They don't anticipate trouble because the ambient temperature and the track temperature is way warmer than it was last night. So they don't expect that we'll see the kind of wear that we had in cool temperatures late last night after a heavy rain.
Yeah, I just worry a little bit about additional horsepower. All that power sliding those tires around coming up off the corner, that's what damages the tires.
You know, Casey Kane in this 5, he just took that 4th spot away from Brian Vickers in the 55. I think we saw in practice yesterday, Casey Kane not only had a fast race car, but he too had a car that was pretty good on that long run.
Very consistent.
Guys, I think one of the concerns I heard down in the garage area is about the inability to run the higher lane. We saw Vickers slide up the track and Casey Kane just right around him. Last night,